breathe it. Krenn, shoot. Yeah.
Awesome, Jimmy. Awesome, buddy.
Awesome. On the ice, they're filling on. This first goal. Oh, God. The fans are going crazy. There's only one problem. I can't stand up.
I was born and raised in Pittsburgh. I love this city and its people. I've had the privilege of being on DVE for over 2 decades. The listeners are like family. This is a show about what it's like when I step away from the mic. It's going to be pure Pittsburgh. Some laughs, some stories, no BS. Raw.
You know what's funny? I really can't skate, and the funny thing about it is, you know how people say they can't do something, then they can do it? You say, I can't do that, and they do it. I really can't do it. I can't, I'm not kidding. Yeah, you guys go, I can't golf, I'm not that good, and they go out and they scratch golf or they do good. No, I'm telling you guys, I can't, I don't know how to skate. So, well, I mean, it's gonna teach me. You know, I've been a Penguins fan my whole life. We always just played, you know, we were deck hockey guys in the strip, but you know what? Bobby, they invited me to, I get to skate on the ice at Consol on Monday. And Bobby, that's hallowed ice, right? I mean, no one gets to do that. People don't, yeah, people don't get to skate on that ice. So it's really an honor. So I don't want to get down there at Consol and just, you know, flop around. Because just in case Mario's there or something and sees what I'm about, you may want to bring me on. You may want to sign me on. I'm very fortunate. One of my best buddies happens to be the Stanley Cup champion, as I mentioned, is my friend Bob Errey, 2-time Stanley Cup champion. As you already know, you're a Penguins fan. You know Bobby already, and one of the NHL greats. You know, I think it was like 17-year career, I believe, in the NHL, right, Bobby? 17.
Jimmy, it was some tough sledding.
Yo, tough
sledding, but it's not as tough a sledding as you're going to have today. Can you go 1, 2, 3, 4?
Oh man, you're asking for it. All right, with the chair, I think I can do it. I think I can. Is there any hockey players in the NHL who could use a chair? This could be good for me.
I'm trying to think of who could use a chair.
I could use.
You want to skate like the Hanson brothers?
Yeah.
Stick it like this, so you can, you know, get some between the eyes and butt in at the same time.
I think it's going to be my
And
game.
if you want it to be like Crosby, you kind of have the stick on the ice and it's going out like this.
We want to go Crosby. Okay. We want to score. We want to score goals.
You got to move that way.
Wait, whoa. That's enough. He brings it. Krenn, shoot. Yeah. Come on. This could be my move.
Awesome, Jimmy! You know, when I came to the Pens, I had no really idea. I grew up a Boston Bruins fan. I knew really little about Pittsburgh other than Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Penguins had a hockey team that wasn't very good. And I knew it was a steel town and, you know, a blue-collar city.
Good to be thinking as a kid, though. Here you are, you know, first round the year before. Mario comes in the next year. Then you're starting to think we're building a foundation. Yeah. We got something going on, huh?
I knew we had something going on. It took a while to get it going, Jimmy, but, you know, I think it was... we knew about 88, 89 that we had a chance to win the cup.
I was going to ask you, I remember in February of that year, was it February 89, I believe, was the Spectrum Jinx break?
Oh!
You guys broke the jinx.
Yeah, well, you helped, didn't you?
Yeah, I got this.
Didn't you have some beads going?
Yep, my partner at the time, Scott Paulson, and I dressed up as witch doctors, and we went on the ice to help break the jinx, which of course had nothing to do with breaking the jinx, but it was fun. We like to think it was, huh?
Jimmy, you had more to do with it than you might want to take credit for.
What happened was, it was 1989. It was in February, 1989. The Penguins have lost 42 games in their history at the Spectrum. Never won at the Spectrum. 42 games. So they kept talking about the jinx through all the years. And this is the time when the Pens started to mold into the team that became the championship team. Mario's on the team, and everybody's coming together. Bourque, everybody, all the puzzles were coming together. You could see they get better. So I don't know how we came with an idea, Scott and I, say, you know what, we threw this out, we didn't think it would be okay. We just said, let's dress up as witch doctors. And go to the Spectrum in the middle of the ice and just basically, you know, do like a dance right in the middle, all the sold out, you know, Philly fans, and just, you know, the witch doctor dance, like kind of thing. The Flyer event. Yeah, it's true. And so what happened was they said, yeah, go. And I'm like, oh my God, Scott, we got to go. It's exciting. So we go out onto the ice, and they didn't even put any carpet in. They just put us out there, right? And we did the dance, man. We're like, hey. They're throwing shit at us everywhere, man. There's cops, everything. I'm like, oh my God. So we're 29. We didn't give a shit. We're laughing, you know. They're throwing beers at me. I'm like, I got a bone in my nose. So we go up in this little press box. Like, it was press up there. People, wait, I'm not kidding. I was so shaken up, Scott and I. We still had our shit on, our stuff. So you see all these press people, and then you see these two guys in freaking voodoo costumes, like, you know. And I had this beer in front of me, and we're watching the game, and the Pens, they win. We beat their asses. Yeah. No, of course, I didn't have shit to do with it. Right? Scott and I did, but we didn't care. We were having fun. We're like, this is great. We did it. You know, it was fun. And we're all, you know, we get to be part of it in a weird little slappy way.
You guys are as superstitious as could be, huh? Hockey players. Probably more so than any pro athlete that I've met. Hockey players think the most.
You know, Bourque had he did a few things. He wore like a garter belt underneath his equipment.
And so underneath my gear, I had the black lacy pantyhose, the hose on, not the garter belt. Yeah, not the actual hose.
No,
just the belt.
The belt.
Just the belt. I had my garter belt on that I normally have for my hockey socks.
Right.
And then over that, I had the black lace, and barely was able to cinch it up. And I do remember a moment sitting on the bench late in the game and just kind of going, "Whew, man, I tell you, I felt a little sexy here." You know, it was very late in the game. I think the game was in hand because you never knew in the Spectrum how many times the Flyers came back on us. But you know, it was at that.
Did the guys
why
all know
not?
you did?
They all knew. They thought I was nuts.
and-
They were just like, "Why not?
They're just
let's go for it." You know.
Sidney Crosby's one of the most superstitious guys going.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what's one of his rituals, Bobby?
It starts from what he eats the night before, and what time he goes to bed, and how he puts on his left sock first and then his right sock. And he wears the same sweaty hat. You know, I mean, Jimmy, it's just, you know.
And you had yours, I'm sure. I'm sure you had some, right?
Yeah, I had them all. I had them all. I had to have a pound of pasta. Had all, you know, those rolls you stick in the oven, those French loaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had about a pound of pasta and a French loaf. And
Every
then I
game.
and then I went and slept for about an hour and a half, and didn't really eat much until after the game.
Good guy. Now we're talking. Now you're going. There you go. I can't stop.
Hey, Bobby, what did you do with the cup when you had the cup? I know you bring the cup for a day or two. What did you do with it? Was it drink out of it? And all that kind of stuff?
I picked it up, but back in my day,
curious.
we could pick it up. I picked it up, it was in like a coffin.
Yeah.
Picked
What?
it up at the Hall of Fame in Toronto, the old Hall of Fame. I'm halfway back home,
Yeah.
me and my buddy,
Yeah.
we stopped off at a Subway. We said, is it really back there? We opened it up. There it was, we're sitting there, eating a sub and looking at the cup. And we're looking around like, does somebody know we have it? Are they gonna, like, you know, hijack us or something like that? Took it back to my cottage in Canada, celebrated for a weekend with all my buddies, friends, family. Stuck it on the boat, stuck it on the shoreline, put my kids in it, drank out of it, slept with it, did everything you could think of with it, Jimmy.
Unbelievable,
It's
brother.
a scary thing.
I can only imagine.
It's a scary thing. My buddy, he noticed the base was loose, and he opened the base up and he looked inside and saw names scratched inside.
Yeah.
It said repaired by like René Lévesque and Jean-Jacques St. Louis, and they put a date, and I went, light bulb.
Yeah.
So he fixed the cup. You know, he put some new screws in it and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
Put a pen light in my mouth, crawled inside, popped open a couple of adult beverages, and right in my living room floor it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, with a screwdriver I put, enjoy it. Phil Bubba Bourque. Pittsburgh Penguins 91 champs. And for many, many years, it's not in there now, but many years, I was the only guy to have my name on the inside and the outside of the Stanley Cup.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
And technically, you deserve it because you did repair it.
Because I did repair it, I just thought I was going along with the protocol of putting a little bit of a signature on the inside to document my repair work.
I'm in Consol Energy Center. Get the honor and privilege to skate on the ice in the middle of that new arena, on that ice.
My all-time favorite player was defense in 73 to 82. Look at Ron. Ron, I'm sorry for all those years as a kid screaming there, "You suck, Stackhouse, hit somebody." You really didn't suck. I just like screaming your name, Stackhouse, because you had the Pittsburgh thing going on, you know. Roll Stackhouse.
Hey, out with the old, in with the new. We're ready, you know?
On the next 24/7 from Wilkes-Barre. Except he has to find out how to ski. He has to learn how to skate. He has to find his stick. I told you I wasn't kidding when I said I can't skate. All right, now I'll start my patented move.
It's amazing, man. This is like a dream for every kid, every Pittsburgh kid, man. I don't even care if I fall. Falling on this ice, man. Hallowed ice. Look at it.
I mean, you look up in this arena and just think of guys, Max Talbot and Jordan Stahl, and how do they do it under pressure? It's like, I can barely stand on these skates, let alone shoot the puck and score. How about Fleury in the net, man? We're looking at this puck as it comes flying by.
Got Andy over here. Get the assist, man.
Man, this is amazing. We are in the playoffs. Our Pens. This would be the highlight, I would say, of my life.
Anybody who doesn't think Pittsburgh's a hockey town are full of shit. There you go, Jimmy. Here he comes.